It's Week 11 of the NFL, and we'll see the Steelers' veteran quarterback. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Steelers and the Ravens under the lights on Thursday night.
Oh, the cold weather certainly helping set the stage for what should be a physical primetime contest at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games. Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, they've been playing well, really well. Winners of 5 of their last 7, but losers last time out. They go with Thompson again. Room here to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Thompson between the tackles. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
Shotgun handoff to Thompson. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is 1 play from stalling out.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
They'll set up to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Hook up of 15 yards there. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
It's a gain of 15. Brings up 2nd and inches at the Ravens' 10-yard line.
They'll look to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete.
And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal.
Steps away to his left. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Ravens.
And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on 4th down. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the 1st.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been... Now, they may be successful later on.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
The Steelers offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. And he continues to show off his ability to run the football when the opportunity is right. He is the NFL leader in rushing yards from the QB position.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too.
Offside.
It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Again, a run with Thompson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
The Steelers at 8-2 on the year. And they come in as a team that looks like a well-oiled machine getting ready for the postseason. Winners at 8 of their last 10.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he's going to be taken down.
Personal
Plus,
foul.
there's a penalty
Roughing the
flag in the
passer.
backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So roughing the passer, and this is a unit, Charles. They hold their breath every time they see their quarterback go down and get hit like that.
Yeah, they understand how important these last couple of months are for this team. They can ill afford to have anything happen to him if they want to accomplish their goals.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 14-yard line.
They give it here to Thompson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. 3rd and 4.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Steelers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night?
Offense.
Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. He'll look to throw. A quick throw, but incomplete.
just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
Offense.
A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go over the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's incomplete. Now a field goal forthcoming for the Steelers. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I would say the feeling out process for both these teams, I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You've kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the board could be significant.
Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
Well, it certainly is because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he's got his guys set up great now. 1st and goal. And the Pigs get at the 7-yard line.
Well, we may not see it behind the big play sheet that they like to use, but I'll bet there's a big grin on the defense coordinator's face. A corner blitz, what we often call a cat blitz. Usually they disguise it, Brandon. You're up on a receiver. It looks like you're going to bump and run with him, press coverage, and then he just takes off straight for the quarterback, and someone comes behind him to pick up the receiver.
And as a former member of the secondary, it makes you happy too, doesn't it?
I can't lie about it. I've got a big grin on my face, too. That was a heck of a play, a heck of a call.
They'll look to throw here. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. A big loss there of about 7 yards on 1st and goal, so now it's 2nd down. Hand off to Thompson. Oh, good move. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter action.
It is the Steelers in control of the football as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal. They'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
And his kick here is good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0.
So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Ravens offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. And he's been one of the main focal points of this unit throughout the season, no doubt. Currently ranked 2nd in the NFL in terms of receptions by a wideout.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He's going to air one out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
These two teams met in Baltimore, you might remember earlier in the year, with the Ravens winning that game. So if they can win here in Pittsburgh, they'd be able to claim the season sweep.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A punt of 46, a return of 5.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the 2nd quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll set up a throw to Thompson on the screen. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss, because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled him a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost and then a little bit more.
And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. They'll run with Thompson.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. From the 41, here's a 2nd and 7.
This is Thompson looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 7. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error.
Stay
alert. Don't jump early and give them free yardage.
And the penalty makes this a much more manageable 3rd down, 3rd and 2. They're going to look to throw. Powers ahead at the 45. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 39. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
And he'll take this one down to the 36.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
No, they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And he's going to be met at about the 43. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. To Thompson on the draw. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11. The 12-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Now back to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Brandon, how about that reaction there from a defensive end? Able to recognize the screen pass trying to happen, broke off his pass rush, and then get back to tackle the running back. That's a very athletic and intelligent play. Reminds me of you working out and seeing that the treadmill's open and getting there before anyone else.
See, I know you're just patronizing me right now. Everybody knows at home that that is nothing but a shot at me, and I'll take it, absorb it, and we'll move on.
So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. And right side, they're going to go option here. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
On the ground, it's Thompson. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
That boy showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. On play action, they'll throw. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on 4th down.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
2nd and 5. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Back-to-back nice gains, that one for 14 yards and another first.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They'll look to throw again. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Back to throw again. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Back to throw here. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. A 3rd field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Holding offense.
So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
The Ravens going to get one more drive here in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he fins, but in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. As far as the early games go, we'll be watching that one in Houston. The Texans in for a fight as they'll match up against the Cleveland Browns. Then in the 4 Eastern window, it'll be a later than usual start in Cincinnati, where it'll be the Bengals taking on the San Francisco 49ers. And lastly, we'll be tuned in on Sunday night for what should be an entertaining one between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Minnesota Vikings. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which